Well, we're going to move. I'm going to go up to 190 pounds on my bottom half of the screen. And this looks like it's going to be Wausau East and Aiden Kildee, a freshman at 9 and 10, taking on Austin Walters of Sparta, 19 and 18. He's a junior.
Top mat, Benny Culver, Kickapoo Lafarge, 7 and 4 as a junior, taking on Quinton Holt Prescott, 3 and 20, a sophomore. Culver with a quick takedown there, 2-0 lead. We're off the mat, 1:39 left in the first.
More of our sponsors, Scenic Bluffs Community Health Center, helping us out today. We appreciate their support of the broadcast. All kinds of great care, medical, dental, and beyond. And the Riverbank, Westby, and Coon Valley supporting the broadcast today. That down-home financial help, Riverbank. No score at 190 pounds here on the bottom half. Your match ended kind of quickly.
Got a 58-second pin, Ken. Benny Culver, Kickapoo Lafarge, is going to be our winner.
All right. So Culver and Wiedemeyer will battle here in the next round. Two nothing to score here on the bottom half.
Top mat, we've got a Cashton wrestler and Gavin Anderson. Gavin's a senior coming in at 7 and 10, wrestling Sullivan King of Black River Falls, a junior at 8 and 4.
Now, do you recall their match? Did they wrestle last night?
I know that Gavin wrestled, and I don't remember the result, Ken.
I don't remember hearing King's name last night. That's what's throwing me a little bit. I was kind of laughing this morning. I'm like, okay, I was talking to Scott about it. I would need to bring something, but I'd have to set it up and put it by the door, and I could not remember what it was because I couldn't even remember when I got home last night. I was like, okay, that's typical.
Yeah, and I remember you telling me that. I told you to tape it to the doorknob.
I know. I could have gone back and listened to all of our match last night and finally find it, but
what fun would that be?
I know. Well, over here on this bottom half, a near fall, but not quite, says our official and Joe. Still 2-0 the score here. Walters hanging on to the lead. Oh, warning on the bottom man here. Walters trying to get a turn, but just can't quite come up with it.
Gavin Anderson in some trouble here, giving up some near fall. Final seconds, first period. Too many seconds left for Gavin, though. We've got a 1:51 pin.
Four nothing to score now. Over on mat. I don't know if I'm mat 1 or mat 2 here, but bottom half anyways. Walters continues with the control. And
Going to
now,
have,
yeah.
excuse me, go ahead, Ken.
Well, now we're going to get a pin as Walters able to get that connection going, and he'll come up with the victory.
Just underway, top mat, Chris Clark, Kickapoo Lafarge, wrestling Dawson Nordquist, Turtle Lake Clayton.
We're going to have O'Brien, Liam O'Brien of West Salem Bangor, a freshman coming in with no record, taking on the number 2 seed in Sawyer Swigum out of North Crawford Seneca. And I tell you what, Swigum with a nice record here of 22-7. The whistle gets things going there.
No score, 1 minute gone, top mat between Clark, Kickapoo Lafarge, Nordquist, Turtle Lake Clayton.
Swigum comes up with a takedown and has the pinning combination put in. Well, thanks to the, we've been averaging about 30 viewers here today so far this morning. We appreciate that kind support as we look to Premier Co-op helping us out since 1893, serving the agricultural communities in Wisconsin. Well, Swigum is going to pick up the pin here, and he'll move on and wrestle King out of Blackwater Falls in the semifinal. The other semifinal will be Shortus out of Turtle Lake taking on Walters of Sparta. That'll come up a little bit later on here yet. Probably, let's take a look here. Yet this, maybe yet this morning. £215 now, both top and bottom half of your screen filled up with that weight class. This is going to be Elmer Hurd of Wausau East, 17-11, a junior, taking on Kenu Maphis out of Blackwater Falls. Hurd, the top seed. Meanwhile, on your side, you have the number 4 and the number 5 seed on your half.
Yes, Chris Clark, Kickapoo Lafarge, Nordquist, Turtle Lake Clayton.
They're going to go out of bounds here. Boy, coming in with a pretty good body lock was Hurd. Maphis trying to work out of that, and they fell out of bounds. There's a nice running double leg by Hurd to pick up the 2, and now he's dragging Maphis back in to the mat, down to the center where he can work in and look for that pinning combination. He jumps right into a power half, and I do mean jump. And he gets the pin. Boy, once he got that locked up, it was all but over. So Hurd, the top seed, going to move on.
Top mat, Chris Clark, Kickapoo Lafarge with a 2-1 lead. Gave up the 1 point on a locked hands a little bit ago, and now just had a stoppage on a stalling call, riding parallel. He's busy, not a lot of points to show for it, but Clark doing a nice job maintaining control in that top position.
I'm going to drop down to 126 pounds here, Scott. And we'll take a look here. It's going to be Black River Falls. This is round one, it looks like. Brown of Black River Falls and Weeman of West Salem Bangor. Deacon Brown, Jackson Weeman.
Clark Kickapoo Lafarge with a pin at 150, 215 pounds, top mat.
Weeman picks up the takedown. Now a Granby roll and a nice reversal here by Brown, and he's going to pick up some back points. Boy, he's got that locked in pretty decent here. Weeman trying to fight out of this. Brown doesn't need to go anywhere. Just needs to get that arm locked up a little more securely.
Nice move by Brown. That was a solid Granby.
Yes, it was. Thanks to Nordic Lanes bringing you today's action. Appreciate their wonderful support. Scott and Sue Sordahl. Well, there's a little suicide roll by Brown. He's got 15 seconds to try and get the pin. He's going to go into a potential near side cradle. He'll pick up his 3 near fall. There's the whistle and the 2 near fall. That will extend his lead now. It's 7-2. Brown had trailed 2-0 in a Granby roll, and 2 different situations with back points gives him a 7-2 lead.
Top mat, I've got Hunter Hatlin, North Crawford Seneca versus Colton Perry of Prescott. No score, 215 pounds. We've got 38 seconds left, first period.
Hatlin coming in as the number 3 seed, Perry the number 6. Brown in this bottom half, Brown is the top seed at 7-2. He's a junior, Deacon Brown. His opponent, Jackson Weeman, out of West Salem Bangor, a freshman at 6-6. And there's the pin by Brown. I would imagine we're going to get a couple more of these round robins coming up here now in this, where we have the 5 and 6 man brackets. Looks like we got a basketball Wazika Steuben wrestler now coming out onto the mat, along with Sparta or Prescott maybe, at 126.
That is going to be Sparta, Ken.
Okay, thank you. This is Drew Sander of basketball Wazika Steuben, 6-5, a sophomore, taking on Brandon Walters of Sparta, 17-7. He too is a sophomore. Walters has a nice double leg, and he's going to bring Sander down to the mat. And the early 2-0 lead. Walters wants to put the legs in. Then he's going with the far side power half. Going to be tough to turn him unless he steps off from that leg ride, which he now does. Trying to lift and go up over the top. We would always, when I was coaching, we'd tell the guys, if you get that kind of situation and you're out, you're out on the side, you want to run that. We said, you run it, I don't care if you call it noon or midnight. Call it midnight because you want to put them to bed.
Exactly.
You want to get that pin. It's not often you can run something right straight up over the top, but the move that it looked like he was trying to do, that's the one time you can do that.
Got a 347 pin, Ken. Top mat, Hunter Hatlin. North Crawford Seneca is our winner over Colton Perry of Prescott.
All right.
£215 top mat. Parker Whitaker, West Salem Bangor, is a freshman at 4-12. He's taking on Hayden Anderson of Sparta, 15-15, a junior.
$5-0 your score here on this 126-pound matchup. Bottom half, now a pinning combination. Walter's pretty good spot, and there it is. That one looked like it was a matter of time because Walters had that half Nelson in real deep. Looks like we're going to go to the lightweights now. Back to the round robin, five round robin bracket. This is going to be Grimslid of North Crawford Seneca taking on Platson out of Prescott. I believe, I want to say Swigum was the top seed. He's going to go in with a front quarter Nelson trying to get the turn. Instead, he'll have to just scoot around behind and pick up the takedown. And that 2-0 lead, he goes right into an armbar.
Was that Swigum, Ken, or Grimslid?
Grimslid, yes.
Another familiar name. Seems like there's been Grimslids at North Crawford for years.
Forever. Grimslid's going to pick up the win. That's his first win of the day. He had the bye in that first round. That was the start of round 2 at 106 pounds. Going to jump up to 132 pounds on the bottom half of the picture here. Lutzau of Sparta coming out, taking on Sarver of West Salem Bangor. Sarver won his first match of the day. This is Lutzau's first. I believe he is the top seed. He'll pick up the opening takedown and looking to release Sarver.
Devin, a very solid wrestler, I believe, placed winner at Bi-State, 5th if memory serves.
Okay.
One of those young men, I've seen him several times. Good wrestling family there. Devin's a super good kid and a good wrestler. Fun to watch.
Yeah, that Lutzau name is synonymous with wrestling in that area, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Dad, Troy was a state champ, I believe, at Sparta.
Yep.
Yeah,
he was fun to watch.
Grandpa Harold is sitting down in the front row, right straight in front of you, Ken. So if
is that okay?
If he gets out of hand, we'll throw a trash can at him.
Tell him to settle down.
Exactly. Zero tolerance here in Cashton today.
Here's another takedown by Litzow. He's built up a 12-5 lead. What is he now? Is he a sophomore or junior?
I believe a sophomore, but I'm not positive.
We don't have that on here. Whenever they have the 5-man brackets, that's where the track wrestling kind of cuts things off as far as our information. Another snap and spin. That's something that, boy, I don't know if you see a lot of teams practice that anymore, but there's a lot of points to be had on a little snap and spin.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's fun to watch when you say that. The tendencies or the moves that some schools will show over the years. And I remember back, like I said, over the year, just that it was neat to watch. You knew when you saw certain schools, you were going to see certain moves.
That's for sure. Well, the second period is going to start, and Litzow says, "I'll let him back up here," and that's where we'll start. So Sarver will pick up the point for the escape, and now back on their feet.
Litzow really showing some quickness on that takedown too, Ken. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, his fast twitch muscles are on full speed. It says 10-9 up on the board, but I think it's 20-10.
Yeah, Litzow is moving faster than the scorekeepers.
Another nice double leg there. Now some back points.
Should be 24-10, I believe, Ken.
Yep. And in the pin. Litzow moving on with the pin.
Top mat, 2-2 score, 41 seconds left, third period between Parker Whitaker, West Salem Bangor, Hayden Anderson of Sparta.
On that top half, Hayden Anderson is the number 2 seed at 15-15, a junior, and Whitaker is 4-12. He's a freshman. Looking for the wrestlers at 144 pounds. And we'll move to that. That's going to be another one of those round robins. It's going to be Wausau East in Ray. And he is going to be taking on, looks like Lund out of Black River Falls. And we have a final on your mat.
Top mat, winner Parker Whitaker, West Salem Bangor, coming out with a 4-2 victory over Hayden Anderson.
Wow, that's an upset, a big upset. No, they're getting the wrestlers set up, and they did find, they finally got Lund over there. He was trying to get looked like his knee brace and everything up on there. So Ray of Wausau East and Lund of Black River Falls on the bottom half of your screen, and you are at 106.
Yes, Ken, I've got Mullen, Turtle Lake, Clayton taking on Cyprian Klein of Cashton. Just underway, 1:30 left, first period, 2-1 score. 4-1 make that to Mullen of Turtle Lake, Clayton.
Mullen had picked up a win in the opening round with a major decision. I think it was either 11-1 or 11-2, something like that. Thanks to those sponsors, we want to mention Miles of Smiles Child Care Center. That is fun and experience for your young learners in Westby. Contact Ashley Liam. And in Viroqua, Main Street Mobile Mart. Thanks to Rob and all the crew with Synergy Mobile Fuel. Great selections for your vehicle. Well, another pinning combination being tried here in the bottom half of the screen. Just not able to get that connection and get a turn. At 144 pounds with Ray of Wausau East.
Stoppage on the top half, Ken. Mullen of Turtle Lake with a full Nelson, and even with their backs to us, you could see that one from here. And again, Kevin Erlinson on top of it. And I remember over the years telling wrestlers many times in the pre-meet talks, at the end of the night, end of the day, it doesn't matter to me what the scoreboard says. I don't care who wins. As long as everybody gets on the bus and sleeps in their own bed,
Absolutely.
That's a win for us.
There you go. Yeah. Yep, I hear you.
In all of those years, you still think back sometimes. There were just those few fluke injuries or serious injuries, but it can really put a damper on a day.
Yes. Well, Ray picked up a 3 near fall. It looked like they were out of bounds, but Ray had his supporting points in bounds. He could have got the pin, but Lund was able to fight that off, so now they're back to the center of the mat. Lund trying to get up and out. Boy, I tell you what, he's got a burst of speed. He said, I don't want to be in underneath here. I know what it's like with that pinning combination that he had.
Pin time, top mat, is going to be 2 minutes, 30 seconds. The winner, Mullen of Turtle Lake Clayton.
Five won the score. Well, there's the tough one. You always have to go out and wrestle a teammate. That's what's going on at 132 now.
That's going to be Peekinen of Brookwood against Macalos. Was that Catherine? That was
Catherine,
the name we were struggling with earlier.
Catherine, yeah. I'm going to get a clarification on how to say that. Because I even tease her. I'm like, I know I botch it.
I know the feeling, Ken.
Another sponsor or two. Gunnarsson Health, it's the Viroqua Clinic. Get your comprehensive health care started at the Viroqua Clinic. And our thanks also going out to Embroidery and More, Greg Danes and that great crew out there, 210D Swigum Road. Get your team looking sharp as ever. 5-1 the score remains. A pinning combination here by Ray. He's going to get at least a couple of points here. Boyd Lund really trying to fight off his back. Ray trying to slow things down a little bit here. Lund able to get back to his base. That was a tough move. 3 near fall, and now we're going to wind up with a bloody nose. 8-1 the score.
That's always a scary one too, Ken, when you see that high bridge and
yeah,
that active with it, where you just
yeah,
shudder to hope they're able to keep that neck in a safe position.
it's amazing what some wrestlers can do just to work out of that combination, that pinning combination.
Coaches and trainers taking the time necessary to get any blood cleaned up, and certainly a priority here. Don't need any problems that happen because of rushing it or being careless.
Right. So 8-1, as we mentioned, is the score here in the bottom half as we look to finish up the last 20 seconds or so, period number 2. Lund standing up, trying to get up and out of there. Well, I tell you what, nice little move here, pinning combination-wise, catching Lund. Ray has things locked up. I don't know if he's going to have enough time, though. And he'll get another 3. Major decision in the works at 11-1 right now.
Peekinen on top with still a 5-0 lead. Going to be adding some near fall to it. Got that barbed wire. Catherine able to work her way out of it. Not before a 3-point near fall. 8-0 Peekinen leading Catherine, we believe, Macalos.
They're going to stop this match in the bottom half and go get some more gauze and get that nose fixed up. And while they do that, we can talk about, let's see. Eagle Title Company, Lori Holte. Well, the do's and don'ts, getting the job done right for your protection. Eagle Title Company, you're buying or selling your home or buying a home. And Coon Valley Telecommunications, great bundle opportunities with internet, TV, and much more. Of course, your phone. Stop in there, Central Avenue. And Chaseburg Farmers Union Co-op. John Mislevicek and the great crew to remind you that Bear Mountain Fuel Pellets, if you use that as an alternative fuel, heating your home, be sure to stop in there. They have some really nice buys with that. You can get it on the bulk. They'll be busy come springtime. Not that they're not busy now, but they really ratchet things up a little bit when the spring hits.
We've got a tech fall on top mat, Ken. It's going to be Peekinen tech fall at and now they just changed the clock before I caught the time. But Peekinen over Catherine on top half, both Brookwood wrestlers.
Okay. Well, it's 13-1 now for Ray of Wausau East. Looking at that. Somebody he just said, you're going to get 5 minutes to warm up. Must be surprisingly, that must be pushing that 30-minute mark. That seems rather strange.
And I'm just wondering, Ken, if that could maybe be a result. Is that our bracket with the rat tail in it?
It could be. But I'm surprised they didn't wrestle that right away, though. Here's a nice single leg shot, and going out the back door for 2 is Ray. And he's going to look for that tech fall if he can. He's got a nice single leg, changes kind of to a double, and now he's got back points, and that will give him the tech fall. And the pin, actually, instead. He'll take that. He'd rather have the pin than the tech fall, team point-wise. That gives you an extra point. So Ray with the pin over Lund. We'll be watching Sprosty come out onto the mat. Going to be taking on Fleming of Prescott. Sprosty, North Crawford, Seneca.
Up now on mat 1, Thomas Sprosty, North Crawford, and Galen Fleming, Prescott. On deck will be Hank Brigham, Cashton, Benny Coder, Kickapoo Boulevard. In the hole on mat 1, Luke Copenhagen, Turtle Lake Clayton, and Parker Milton, Cashton.
Well, we'll take a look here. I think they're just waiting a couple minutes. Now they're going to bring them out. 144 pounds. This is going to be Sprosty of North Crawford, Seneca, taking on Fleming of Prescott. And again, we can't tell you the seeds on this one right now.
And I know you touched on it earlier, Ken, the track wrestling program, and what a relief, what a savior that's been to wrestling in general, just as far as organization and timing of matches. And, the track program is able to tell table workers a match can't start before a certain time, just saves a lot of headaches and confusion.
Yep. No stopwatches or anything like that out there at the tables anymore, which is what you would always have way back when I was coaching, even at Lancaster. Well, Sprosty finds himself in a bit of a predicament here after trying to come up with a takedown. He gets reversed, and Fleming has a pinning combination in, and this is pretty tight. And there's the pin. Wow.
I would have to think that's an upset, Ken.
I do too. Not taking anything away from Fleming, but we have seen Sprosty before, and he's not bad. Apparently, neither is Fleming.
Absolutely. No, very true. That Sprosty name has been around North Crawford. That's one of the schools, too, that I officiated at many times over the years, and fun to watch. Some good folks down there. Eric Haiti and the crew. Eric's been a long-time coach and great guy. Does a good job and fun to work with.
Yeah, well, and the Haiti name is synonymous with North Crawford wrestling. Pete, his dad, long time head coach.
Here, Matt, Ken, we've got Hank Brigham of Cashton out there.
Yeah, this is going to be Brigham and Coder. Going to lock up. Did Ramirez win that match against Coder in that first round?
I believe I have that. Yes, Ramirez with a pin over Coder.
Okay. So this is Coder's second match, as is it Brigham's.
Hank's dad, Mike Brigham, one of the Bank of Cashton guys, a heavyweight here at Cashton several years ago.
Uh-huh.
Hank's one of the good guys. We're not so sure about Mike.
Well, he did shake my hand today, so he's not all bad.
Okay.
Oh, no, he's a great guy.
You know those bankers, Ken, you just can't trust them.
I tell you. Brigham kind of got himself wrapped up with those legs on in Coulter, around Coulter's shoulders and that. He actually was able to spin out of there and maintain control. It's 4-0 here. And again, it goes up over the top. Now Brigham goes in on the side. Going to work in a wrist control.
You know, we should be done at a decent time here today, Ken. Maybe we should set up a Hank Brigham, Mike Brigham match, little father-son.
There you go. Wouldn't that be fun?
For us, yes. For Mike, maybe
no,
not.
maybe not. Right. He might question that. 4-0 to score here as they finish up the first period of action. And we do have a match going on over here on your side now, in your half.
Are you saying I should pay attention?
Well, no, I'm just saying I didn't even hear the whistle until just a moment ago, so. Is that going to be a consolation side?
It should be.
Well, Hank's going to pick up the pin here.
Okay, that was Crop of West Salem Bangor, Ken, picking up that pin. And Wausau East, I believe, would have been his opponent, Daniel Fells.
Oh, okay. So Crop is going to slip in here. So Crop will wrestle Javon Rave now. Probably, I'm not sure, you would almost think that they would do that in a half an hour, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to go to the lighter weight class here. It's going to be Parker Milsna coming out onto the mat at 113 pounds. He is taking on, let's see here. He is taking on Poppenhagen of Turtle Lake. Turtle Lake what? Grafton?
Clayton.
Clayton, excuse me, thank you. There is no score. Now they're going to get the takedown for Milsna, and he's picking up some back points here. He's got a cradle locked in, got the leg split. Trying to settle down in here.
Nice cradle there by Parker.
Yeah. He's going to get it. Poppenhagen was really trying to kick out of there, but boy, Parker came up with a nice pin here in the first period.
Top half, we've got Cadence Zweifel of Sparta wrestling Ramirez of West Salem Bangor. Zweifel, if I remember correctly, was our top seed at heavyweight.
Cashton goes to Brookwood. Steven Atherton, Prescott. On deck will be Mark Wellrag, Wausau, and Owen Anderson, Turtle Lake Clayton.
Moving right along here. We're in some of these 8-man brackets. We're in the semifinals. I would imagine they'll take a break before too long and then come back and hit the other half pretty hard. We're going to get at 138 pounds. We're going to get Cashton Gazda stepping out onto the mat. He's 16-14, a junior. He's going to be wrestling up a weight class. Taking on Stephen Atherton out of Prescott, 7-12. He is a junior as well. We'll keep an eye on this match.
Top half 2-0 Cadence Zweifel of Sparta leading Ramirez with Salem Bangor. End of 1.
They're going to go out of bounds here. Gazda. Looked like they were trying to lock up something. Either wrestler wanted to get the throw. I mean, they both did. Little Russian tie situation here for Atherton. Front headlock. Trying to get the front headlock was Gazda.
Zweifel on the top mat, Ken, one of those short, stocky heavyweights that just hard to get him off his base. He,
Yep.
not particularly active, but he, at the same time, he's not going to make a mistake and get himself in trouble either.
He's ready to pounce on something. Gazda with an underhook. Trying to get a front headlock. Atherton now in a little bit of a spot here, trying to get out of this. A takedown now by Gazda, giving him the early lead. No back points though, as there's not very close to getting a pinning combination in. Gazda trying to get like a double armbar, but kind of in a tough spot here. Potential firemen's, but now in trouble here. We're going to wait and see. Time's going to run out. No back points. They'll come back to the center of the mat here to begin period number 2 in the flip of the disc. The choice is going to go here to Gazda, and he's going to say neutral. Out in front, 2-0.
Two nothing also our score, Ken. Top half, Sparta, Cadence Zweifel still leading Ramirez. Just underway, third period.
Well, here's a throw attempt by Atherton, and oh boy, he's got it. He's put Gazda in a tough spot here now.
After the semis in this round, we're going to take a quick 20-minute break.
And there's the pin. Well, Gazda bumped up a weight class. It was the top seed. He's going to wind up wrestling for third here now after losing to Atherton out of Prescott.
We had synchronized wrestling, Ken. We've also got a pin, top half, Zweifel Sparta, 429 pin over Ramirez, West Salem Bangor.
And that was at 285.
Correct.
Go out there and get that put down. Looks like we should have Stevens and Ramirez. They have not wrestled yet, did they? At 285? They should be coming up shortly. Oh no, there's Grayson there, so. Whoops, that was oh wait, that was Brigham. I'm sorry, we're in round 2. I was a round ahead of myself. All right, 138 on this bottom half. It's the number 2 seed in Owen Anderson of Turtle Lake Clayton. 19 and 17, the freshman taking on Rags, Marquel Rags of Wausau East, who's a senior at 14 and 13. trying to get that front headlock, maybe grab the chin here and spin around is Anderson, but Rag's doing a good job of trying to front him and not give up anything just yet. Good reaction out of both wrestlers here in this opening period.
Top half, we're at 113 pounds, Ken. Landon Conley of Sparta is a 28-7 sophomore. He is wrestling Tristan Hughes, Kickapoo Lafarge, a freshman.
Here is Anderson trying to get the takedown. He's in a good spot. Time is running out there. He's got to try and get that head free. Rag's doing a great job of hanging on. Boy, what a scramble right there. No points. You got a freshman against a senior, the number 2 seed being the freshman. Rag's in the down position to begin period number 2. And a deep, tight waist here coming up by Anderson of Turtle Lake. Well, another one of our sponsors, American Family, out of the American Family Insurance, it's the Wright Insurance Agency. Thanks to Miranda Wright, the family that you choose. Choosing American Family Insurance. And the Aging and Disability Resource Center of Vernon County, located there in on the Courthouse Avenue in Viroqua. Keeping an eye on disabled and senior citizens, as well as, you know, a lot of driving, taking folks to appointments and so on. They do a wonderful job kind of keeping track of all that. And another sponsor right here in Cashton, it's Scott Wall of the Bank of Cashton. Friends supporting friends. Be sure to stop in there and talk to the folks at the Bank of Cashton for all your loan needs. Well, if you're looking to get a new vehicle, there's a place to go for some great rates. One nothing to score here as Rags was able to get the escape here in the bottom half of the bracket. You got a tight one going too here, Scott.
Yeah, just underway, Ken. Wright of Turtle Lake, Clayton, Glidden, North Crawford, Seneca. 2-0 Turtle Lake in Mr. Wright. Our leader, 1:10 left, first period.
Rags trying to get a headlock here. He might have an illegal headlock. Yep. Got to have that arm, what they call above the elbow. Got to have that arm when you're locking up that headlock. I think it was probably not even close.
No. No, that's, again, one of those we could see from our spot in our perch, Ken.
Yep.
Some of the fans helping Colby make that call.
Just a little, right?
Got a pin on the top mat, Ken, Wright of Turtle Lake. 136 pin.
That was over Glidden of North Crawford,
Correct.
Seneca. All right. Still 1-1 as we begin period number 3. We're 20 seconds into it here in the bottom half. Anderson trying to get out from underneath here. He's got to get those hips up and over. Oh, he's able to do that. Rags trying to hang on with that headlock. Anderson. Well, if he could grab the wrist, he'd be in a better spot here. Now he's going to go for his own leg ride, but still no change in position. Rags, boy, he's got a grip. Now Anderson is going to get out. He's got a front headlock. Going to spin around behind. There's going to be one for the escape. The clock is still running. They're going to have to go back and put about 4 or 5 seconds back on that clock, I think, Scott.
Yeah, I was just looked over there. I was thinking of 3, but I'm sure that they'll get it right.
I think it's got to be at least.
It's not 8 minutes.
Yeah, about 8 minutes. There you go. That's right. You got to be at least 10 seconds on there.
Looks like they settled on 8.
Yeah. Anderson going to try and hold on here as Rags going after things, but they're going to run out of time. Oh, the freshman, the number 2 seed, is going to squeak by with a 2-1 win.
Good match, lots of action here in the last few seconds.
They really turned it on, didn't they, in that last couple bits of flurry there. So Anderson out of Turtle Lake going to move on. He'll face number 4 seed in Stephen Atherton, who picked up a pin just moments ago. So Gazda and Rags, oh, that's going to be an interesting match, will be battling for 3rd. Going to bump up here to 157 pounds, and here's an interesting note. This is kind of a good one here, and out here on the mat with Wetter. This is Job Wetter, 20-2, only a sophomore. And again, this is the weight class where they're all fresh. They're either a freshman or a sophomore. There's 2 sophomores and 5 freshmen here. Wetter's going to pick up the takedown.
This is also the match, Ken, if you recall, in the seating meeting. Wetter is actually deaf.
Yep.
Which adds a little different element as far as an official especially need to be hands-on tapping, because obviously he's not going to hear the whistle or coaches, etc. But I've seen Job several times, and just a good kid, good wrestler, fun to officiate.
Yep.
Coaches, kids, basketball, nice program there.
Yeah, that's Lance's son. Lance, the head coach. Yeah, I remember that. That's right, because he said, don't take offense if he keeps wrestling and you hear the whistle, because he can't.
And what a great opportunity for him, not letting a disability stand in the way. They never have used it as an excuse or a bargaining tool. It just, this is what it is. This is what we're working with, and a lot of credit to him.
Kind of a little bit here. I was able to talk with Coach Wetter, Lance, as we walked in this morning together, basically. And I said, well, how are things going? Talk about the trip and stuff. He goes, good. He said, talk a little bit here about Job. Kind of a unique opportunity for basketball. Job has a chance, if he were to, let's just say, happen to win this tournament today, that would be 3 tournaments in a row that he would he would win. He'd be a champion, and that has not happened for basketball wrestling in a long, long time. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. Here's Job with a nice little head throw, picking up takedown, and he's got the pinning combination locked up here rather tight. Kind of stepping over here. Now he's going to have to loosen things up, and he'll get the 3 for the near fall. He's going to come up over the top here and pick up some more back points. Oh, and the other interesting note, think about this. At 157 pounds, going into next week's conference tournament with the SWA and SWC, they call it the Clash. There's the pin for Wetter. And Lance was saying he could go in with only 2 losses. He could be 22, 23, and 2 if he happens to win this tournament. And he goes, he'll be lucky to get the number 4 seed.
Wow.
That's how tough that is there at that weight class with that conference coming up. So you just got to get after it, I guess.
That's you don't see that every day.
For sure. Well, we're going to move to the other 157-pound matchup. This is going to be Turtle Lake. This is the championship round, which is the semifinals, I should say. It's Daltrey of Turtle Lake Clayton. He's the number 2 seed at 18-4, a freshman, taking on Cash Ryan Seafelt of Wausau East, and he too is a freshman. They're going to go flying out of bounds. Seafelt at 3-5, and again, Daltrey at 18-14, but both are freshmen. Daltrey going in for a single leg attack here. Our thanks going out to Bobby Johns right here in Cashton. Yeah, you can stop up there and grab a nice meal. Homemade. Never go wrong with that. (2-0) the score here as Seafelt able to defend that attack, and he picks up the takedown. Little back trip here. Now a stand up. Boy, Seafelt quick to bounce up after being brought down on that little back trip. Yeah, he had great hand control and gets the escape. Well, how's your match going there? You're at 150.
I've got Prescott and Black River Falls, Ken, but I'm still trying to figure out who it is because I do not show a Black River Falls wrestler on my bracket.
Oh, that's always fun.
My guess is we may have the wrong weight class shown on the scoreboard.
Sure. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
It's just not matching up at 150 is what we're showing on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And looking at 144, I've got Prescott and I've got Black River Falls, but they're not, I don't believe that's who I've got here, so I apologize. I didn't catch the names when they announced it.
Yeah. Well, we'll kind of have to wait and see here. Oh, we're going to get a reversal now. Here at 157. Boy, oh boy, this is a tough one. There's the pin. Seafelt is going to come away with the pin.